Welcome to my Anel Beehive Apiary. Hello, I'm Gruffydd, welcome to Gwenyn. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now it is not a boiling hot day, but it is quite nice, and I'm in what most of you would recognise as the home apiary, but this has now been converted into a Langstroth site, specifically with the Anel Beehives. Now, a few reasons we've done this is we wanted to get some hives on Langstroth, mainly for nuke production. Now this year we didn't sell as many nukes as we could have, just because I didn't have the numbers throughout the season, but this is where this now comes in. This will hopefully keep us in supply for the summer and spring months with nukes for sale. So as I mentioned, this year we weren't able to do it, and well, a few problems. Spring was so cold, summer was so cold, and bees weren't developing. We couldn't split them the way we wanted to split them. Then we were selling some, and then we didn't have enough bees to split some more, so we needed to let them grow and then split them again. So the trick is with nukes, you're gonna have a lot of nukes, a lot of bees you can constantly split, and that's how you keep production going. Now, I'm not really sure how many. Let me just get my suit on. I'm not sure. I've not really got a suit, I just got this veil over my face because the bees here are pretty good. There's some older hives, they're more Welsh black types. They're a bit more aggressive, but everything in these Langstroth in the Anel hives are really good, and we'll go check a few in a minute. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 Anel Beehives on the site at the minute, and there's 2 Langstroth nukes there. As long as they've accepted their queens, they'll be in Anel hives before the end of the month, and there's another one there. So a decent amount of bees, and the CK's hive has to stay here, the Tomo hive will stay here, and the Waffle hive will stay here. These 2 nationals are going, and that national up there is going, and we'll replace them with an Anel Langstroth beehive. Now let's see. This site isn't the best for honey production. One of these, 1, 2, 3. This hive, well, all the hives here, I've split really hard this year. Too hard to get a decent crop out of, to be honest with you. Oh, they're up there. They're not doing much in that top super. We can see a little bit of white. Yeah, a runner of nukes, believe it or not, in the spring. So I went down to this site and I took 2 splits out of all the national hives that were here to bring numbers back up to something decent, because we were critical levels on nuke at the start of the season. So I did sacrifice some hives to make some nukes, and I suppose that turned out well because the spring was rubbish. But that's what the sites look like. This is probably the biggest Anel Beehive Apiary currently in the UK. Now I don't know that for a fact, because a lot of you have been buying the Anel Langstroth hives with me, so some of you may have larger apiaries. Let me know if that is the case. Share a photo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X as it's called, and I'll share it on my page. Right, let's see some of these nukes. Alright, so we've got Border Honey Queen, went in on the 17th of the 7th. Let's put this tripod down, get 2 hands on the job, yeah. That's better. Now, don't expect massive hives, these are nukes. That's pretty good for a nuke, bigger than I thought actually. Okay, no queen there. Now, I'm going to let these grow for probably the next 2 weeks, and then we'll take a split out of this and make another hive up for overwintering. People ask me, when's the latest can we do splits? Well, put it like this, I'm splitting all through August, and I'll be splitting into the first half of September if things are really strong. Now, once you take the honey crop off, obviously, you know, these are not honey hives for me, these are just nukes. Even though it's a full size hive, I class them as nukes. There's no supers on them, and the second they get big, I take a split out of them. But yeah, take the honey off and split them. That's what I would do. Go into the winter with as many nukes as you can. There's the queen. Hopefully you can see her. There you go, Northumberland honey queen. And look at that Langstroth frame, or the Anel frame, plastic frame. Bees absolutely love it. Now, you've seen me do a video with border honey before. That's what I like about these Danish line queens. Look at the honey band they've got on the frame. That is very, very, very important. Bees do that. I know people love seeing big frames of solid brood, and it's very impressive, but those bees can starve really quick as well. Oh, look at that. Look at this for a hive. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, nothing wrong with this nuke. Let's go check some queens that I put in this week. I got some black mountain honey queens that I've got. We'll see them next now, see if they've been accepted and if the queen is running around. We'll close this up. One more frame left, so they're not gonna swarm or nothing on me now. They got plenty of space in there. But I tell you what, the bees, they absolutely thrive in the Anel hives. They really, really do. So what have I got here? Local buckfast. So this hive actually failed to take a queen, but they've made their own, and they've actually got a super of honey on them, which is pretty good. That's one for me next year. Black mountain honey, BS. Used to be BS, obviously sold out. Well, look at this hive. I've had 2 nukes out of this. So this hive, I sold a nuke then, and I put a BS queen in there again, and I sold that nuke again, and then there's a Northumberland honey queen in there. Now, literally only went in a few days ago. That will be a little bit too early to check today. But black mountain honey, this went in on the 28th of the 7th. We'll see if she's running around. If you watch my videos, I don't like checking them this early. I like to give them at least 2 weeks before I go back and check. But we're here doing the video. Let's have a look. And I know a lot of you guys watch Lawrence's channel. The camera went dead to me then. The queen is actually, she's still in there. Fully accepted, they just haven't finished eating that out. So you can see this nuke is a little bit small. 3 good frames, you can call it 4. So we will release the queen now that we're here. Another day or so they'd have released her out themselves. But we're here now. There she is, that's a nice looking queen. They've fed her well in the cage there, and that's how these cages work. There's been a bit of drama on social media how these cages work. But they work one way basically. It's not a fast or a slow release. The first section there is small, So the bees chew through that first, and the bees come into the cage and they mix with the queen in the cage. And the idea is they don't ball the queen inside the cage. The queen gets accepted faster because the bees come in, they pick up pheromones, and those bees go back out and they spread the pheromones in the hive. And then this longer fondant piece, then by the time they chew that out, then the queen comes out and then she walks around, and the idea is her pheromones has been spread around by the bees coming in there, touching her. So always take the two caps off, okay? And we can just see there, that's worked. You know, the queen was in there, you could see how big she was. She's been fed very well inside the cage. The bees have been coming in there feeding her, and another day or so they would have chewed it out. So we'll check another one and see if they're running around. But that's good. There's no point checking the frames because there's nothing laid up. She's in there, but she is accepted. So there's another one. Black mounted honey, one of Lawrence's again. We'll have a look. Cage totally empty. This one was a 2-frame split. Let's have a look. But I gave him some honey frames. Can't see any eggs on that. There she is. Oh, this camera keeps falling. There she is, nice looking queen. See how these get on. Now there we go. Shows what a 2-frame split can do. That is going to take a long time to get ready, but it does work. And I know some people, when they do nukes, they start with 1 frame and a queen cell, and they don't take any splits from that nuke. They let it grow up through the season, and that works as well. So 2 is a little bit on the small side, but it works perfectly fine, especially with the Langstroths because the frames are so big. But ideally, look to make 3-frame splits when you're doing splits. Alright, let's finish off the video. Let's see some honey that this hive, well, this is a hive now I suppose, produced this year. Look at this. Honey from a nuke. Not many frames. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if that 5th one has got any decent crop on it. But I have still been split in these hives, so that's why there's no bees up in here. I still take brood, even though this is what I call local buckfast. It's just a local reared hive. Yeah, that's got honey in it as well. I keep taking splits from them. I still use them for the brood. They don't need that other box. We'll take that back with us now. Look at that. Even the nukes have produced a couple of jars of honey. Alright, let's check one more. Border honey again. Now the majority of what's on this site now is now British bred. So we've got best part of what's here now is Northumberland's and border honey. So we've got these literally only went in a few days ago. Northumberland honey, Northumberland honey, Northumberland, Northumberland, local buckfast, border honey cell. So that's what I mean by that is from the queen cell video. That's what that is. Northumberland, border honey, Northumberland, 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 Black Mountain, Northumberland, BS, Black Mountain, what do you say, local buckfast, local buckfast, and this does happen. Look at that, that was a border honey queen, they killed her, made their own queen. Black Mountain, and things have gone wrong in this hive a lot. Put eggs in there again, queen cell 30th of the 7th. So, you know, things don't always go to plan. Even though we've had very high success rate this year, things still, queens get killed or they get replaced, or, you know, things go wrong. They don't always go right. So I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, let's just take a quick look just to see what this one's looking like. Feeder's empty is always a good sign. And when you see them in there, that's always a good sign. Look at that. Plenty of space. Nice. Very nice. And that is it for this apiary. So there we go. I am going to claim it for now that this is the biggest Anel Beehive Apiary in the UK at the moment, until someone proves me otherwise with photos. But like I said, there's a good chance a few of you would have bigger apiaries with Anel beehives only. So I haven't counted the nationals or the Langstroth nukes. I've literally, I can't remember what figure we said, but you counted with me at the start. That's the number to beat. So I am claiming it at the minute that this is the biggest Anel Beehive Apiary currently in the UK. But I'm hoping someone's going to beat that, because there is more going to come here. And like I said, this isn't for honey. This used to be a honey site, but it's now a Langstroth nuke site. And truth is, for me, it was more profitable doing that here than having this site produce honey. Where I am, where the farm is, it's not the best site for honey. We are not really high up, but we get a lot of wind. So this suited my method or business plan to produce Langstroth nukes, and this is where they come from. And yeah, you just gotta change, adapt your business. You've seen over the years, I've opened sites, I've closed sites. If things are not working, they're not producing money, I'm quickly to change that around and go, right, take the bees from here, they're not doing anything here, we'll put them somewhere else. And you know, now that we're selling these Anel hives, you know, I needed to have a supply of bees. I do work with one person, with one company for the overwintered nukes to help us out with numbers then. But the spring and summer nukes, we do that. The Langstroth ones in-house. The national hives, we do the winter ones ourselves. So all year, the national nukes we sell, we produce all of them. The overwintered, summer and spring. But with the Langstroth nukes, which we will have for sale over the winter for, you know, overwintered nukes for the spring, there is another bee farmer that helps me with them. Really good nukes. And that's where the brood from these came from at the start of the year. So if you're wondering how did I build up these Langstroth hives so quick, I used the brood from those nukes. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments, have you tried the Anel beehives yet? I am thoroughly overwhelmed by how well the bees do in them. They absolutely thrive in these hives. And you can see one there, I've sold basically 2 or 3 nukes out of one Langstroth hive this year. And you know, considering how bad the spring and the summer was, that's pretty good going. But they can really build up fast in these hives. So if you are on Langstroth, bear that in mind. These are excellent value for money as well. Well, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.